As we are talking today, the reason why people, I know how many people that came from outside the country to join us here in this service alone, that we are saying, don't come to church. Don't come to church. Because a president said, you must not be more than 100 people. Imagine if Seer1 was a president. Imagine if you, as a believer, was a president. You were going to say, every other thing can close, but church will not close. But because that decree is coming from a person who does not understand God and is the leader, what can we do?
You're talking, Daddy.
See that? We have to obey the decree of the Caesar. Whether it's a born-again Caesar or a satanic Caesar, so long as it's number one, we must obey.
Oh, yes.
That's why we are praying that next time in Africa, our president will be born again. They shall be children of the living God. See that? If you look around, before now, I think last Sunday, every church was saying, let's pray against Corona. Let's pray against. So we are prophesying against Corona. Everybody was tackling Corona spiritually. No one paid attention physically.
You're talking, Baba.
The world is not all about spiritually. Physical is very important. If it was all about spiritually, God wouldn't make you to come here physically. The reason why we are not doing well against Corona is because we are praying about it. Ask your neighbor, have you prayed about it?
Have you prayed about it?
Tell your neighbor, wait. Tell your neighbor, have you prayed about it?
Have you prayed about it?
If your neighbor said yes, laugh at that your neighbor quickly. Say ha 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 ha.
Oh yes.
Listen. This afternoon before I came to church, I was watching Al Jazeera. After watching Al Jazeera, I watched Opress. I watched BBC. The news we are getting now is that Chinese are now sending their medical doctors to countries to go and heal Corona. Because now in China, no one is having Corona again. Can I talk?
Talk, Papa.
Push your neighbor and say, Africa, wake up.
Africa, wake up.
China, today, please, after the service, take time. Don't just read the Bible. Many of you read Bible from morning till night. It's not actually what the Bible is meant for. Bible is a guide. It's not a novel that you read like you are playing with it. That's why people don't even respect Bible. People don't fear Bible. Bible is a guide. It's something that directs you, go here, go here, go here. It's not a novel that you read like you want to do assignment for your child. Bible don't have respect anymore. I'm telling you, those days when I was growing up, for me to touch the Bible of my father, for me to, those days before we open Bible, they would tell us, this book, if you are a sinner, when you touch it, you will die. And we fear it. When pastor opens something and read it from there, it carries weight. Today, today, who respect Bible? No one. It's like a novel. It's like nothing to us now. But It's not it's not every day you read Bible. Sometimes open your television and watch news. Seer1, I don't have DSTV. You don't need to have DSTV. There is a channel on free to air called O Press. Look at it. Know what is happening in the world. First. I was watching today. I saw that China today, as we are talking, is now sending their doctors to the rest of the world. They have sent their doctors to France. Go and cure. They have sent their doctor. Which other country? There is a country where today that their doctors are arriving. That is what China wanted from the beginning, and that is why China made the virus and released the virus. They made it. I was live on Facebook. I was speaking about it. They made it not by prayer. Ask yourself a question, child of God, African child, black man, black woman. Ask yourself a question. It started in China. Within a short space of time, it ended in China. And now China is speaking. They are teaching people how they ended it. And they know that this thing will produce barras, and the us alone will stop it. As I'm talking today, another 23,000 corona cases have been reported in America after President Trump declared the National Day of Prayer. One of the biggest churches on earth today, the Church of Joel Austin, is closed.
Jesus.
Those of you that are Christians, we know, Jesus is the we know, what he win again. That is a very good thing. Oh, Jesus, dance Satan. That's a very good thing. If I can see Satan today, I will kill Satan. I will destroy Satan. I will knock Satan. Satan, you are a liar. Satan, you are a deceiver. This is what churches are doing all over the world. When we go to church, our pastors are not teaching us something that will help us. They are teaching us how to fight Satan, and we are busy fighting Satan. And Satan has not even remembered us. China just remembered the world, and the whole world is shaking. Imagine when Satan remembers us.
Jesus.
Satan, you are a small boy. Satan, I defeat you. All those names you can call him. Even me, I call Satan foolish. I call him all those things. But today I sat down, I was analyzing. I said, all our biggest church in the whole world, all our strong men and women of God, powerful churches, 20,000, 50,000 churches, 30,000, 1 million gathering. Just because of a single small virus that was released by Chinese, not Satan, every church is closed.
You're talking, Papa.
Now you believe that religion is a scam. Can I talk?
Talk, Daddy.
Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, scam. Lie. Fake. What is important is your personal relationship with Jesus. Go to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, where millions of people gather in Muslim, going around every day saying they are praying. Everybody, school have dismissed. You can't see a single person. They have run away from God. Mosque are shut down. Every other thing, so long as it's religion, churches are closed. Even Even the people that prayed and prophesied against coronavirus have closed church and run. Those people that are saying coronavirus will send you Holy Ghost fire. Coronavirus have come. The soldier has run. Push your neighbor and say, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Coronavirus, anywhere you are, I send you Holy Ghost fire. Coronavirus has come. He said, you were calling me, I have come. Our church leaders, the biggest churches in the world, our mighty men and women of God, the churches are closed. But ask yourself a question. Why are religion closing? Churches, mosque, Hindu. Have you ever heard that minds are closing? In our minds, there are more than 2,000. Some minds have 3,000 people. They are still intact. They are waking. Why are churches closing? We are the one that make the most noise. Satan, if I see you now, I'll kill you. If I see you now, I'm going to use Holy Ghost fire on your head. Satan has not appeared. It's only coronavirus produced in China. It has appeared. The whole church has scattered. Just imagine the day Satan will appear. You! If ordinary virus can make us dismiss church, look at our big church. Yo! Multitude upon multitude. You know, sometimes here we run out of chairs. I see ushers waiting how to make arrangement to bring chairs. Look, chairs are packed there. Outside, everywhere is chair. School is dismissed because of coronavirus.
Oh, yes.
It's not even Satan. We are talking about coronavirus here.
You're talking, Papa.
That's to show you all this thing. Jesus, Holy Ghost fire, all this thing. Child of God, we must now take this thing as an example in Africa to ask ourselves, are we ready for what is about to come? Jesus is for us. Jesus is fighting for us. Jesus is behind us. But physically, are we prepared? Heaven help those that help themselves. I remember someone was arguing with me. He said, Seer1, you are too carnal. You are supposed to be too spiritual. I said, even Jesus was carnal. He was not always spiritual. Did you remember what happened when they went to arrest Jesus? When Judas came with the soldiers. Why the battle started? They did not start praying Holy Ghost fire. Peter put his hand in his pocket and removed sword. He was ready to fight physically before you talk about spiritual.
Oh, yes.
He used the sword and cut off the ear of Marcus. Even the soldiers wanted to run away. Jesus said, no, wait. Don't prepare yourself. Wait. Pray. If Peter is with Jesus, he's praying, and he had sword to protect himself physically, who are you? Peter already prepared physically before prayer. The problem with us here, when I speak something, you will not believe it until when it starts happening. I was telling you, protect yourself. There is something that is on the way coming. Change your diet. Stop eating McDonald's. Stop eating KFC. Go back and start eating vegetable. The virus that is coming is too big. I said it long time ago. But many of you listen. Many of you did not listen. What are we witnessing today? Why are black people not dying with corona the way white people are dying? As of 3 days ago, They are burying people in Italy with tipper truck. Mortuaries are full. Now they are stocking people with army truck. Watch your news. They are dying. How many black people are dying? Clap your hand for Jesus because you're black. Jesus said it. I said it before. Jesus said, watch and pray. I remember Jesus was preaching to multitudes of people, and it was night. Jesus was about to dismiss them. Jesus wanted them to eat. He did not perform miracle food. He asked his disciples, what do you have here? Meaning there must be a preparation first before any miracle happens. If you don't have anything, if you are not prepared, even when you pray, nothing will happen. His disciples said, we only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. He said, thank God because you have something. Thank God because you prepared something. Okay, bring it. Out of what they prepared, Jesus multiplied it. The problem with us Christians is that we don't want to prepare physically. We want to pray. We are praying today in Italy. The Roman Catholic. Do you know that Christianity is coming from Roman Catholic? It's coming from Rome. They are the people that brought us Bible. They are people that brought us Christianity. Those people, all the churches are closed. The Pope himself is meeting alone, is congregating alone. Not because Satan has appeared, no, because China, ordinary human being like me and you, have introduced coronavirus. All the churches are closed. What is your relationship with God? Forget about, I am a Christ Freedom Ministry. I am a son of Seer1. I am a, personally you. Not forget about church. You yourself. When Seer1 is not there, when your members are not there, what is your relationship with God? That is what matters. It's not Christian. Believe me, I swear upon God Father, when you go to heaven, God will never ask you about Christian or Muslim. He will ask you a question about yourself. While we were busy drinking our water, there are actually many people who say that water is a demonic. That water is a satanic. Those things we are drinking, preparing ourselves for this time. You can see all the churches are shaking. When I was coming, even churches of 50 people, I was asking myself, when I see people make an announcement on Facebook, from now going on until further notice, we are not going to have service. They are 50 in number. The president said the gathering must be 100 and above. You are 50. And you're announcing that you're not going to have service. It means you were already tired before coronavirus came. But look at us, Jagabans. Securities are here. They are telling people, don't come. Don't come. Don't come. Still, they are saying we are going because we are Jagaban. We fear nothing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're talking about it.
If you go to my Facebook page now, a page that they closed the big one, the one I just opened now, millions of people are there. Saying, where we need this type of pastor, where is he? People who do not even go to church, they say, this is now I can start going to church. Why? Because they are hearing me prepare you for what is about to come.
Oh, yes.
I don't only come here and tell you about Jesus. Jesus did this. Jesus did that. Even when Jesus come here, He will not tell you Jesus did it, did that. He will tell you what is going to stop what is coming ahead of you. Believe me, if you have not changed your diet already, when you go home, change it. Go and start eating vegetable. Start eating okra. Start eating fish. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
We don't fear it because physically we are prepared for it. People who are shaking, many of us in this church, many of us here, we have suffered from something more dangerous than virus. What is corona? What many of us have gone through here, the heartbreak that we have gone through here. Such heartbreak, it happened to rich people. They do heart attack, they die. But we have gone through it and we are still alive.
Oh, yes. We are talking, Papa.
It's not for us. If you are prepared. Have you eaten? Virus is something that eats your body. It eats your body. Whether HIV, whether corona, whether ronacro, whether whatever, even the one that will come tomorrow, there are things that eat they eat your body. And they eat your body if there is no enough food in your body. If there is enough food in your body, the more you eat, the more they eat. It's okay. Believe me, you can be like that 100 years and still be alive, depending on what you are eating. Change diet. Stop eating chicken and chips. Every day chicken and chips. Every day chicken and chips. What do you eat? Your body system is empty. And you are praying. Heaven will not help you in that state, While we pray, even me, I kneel down and say, Father, I don't pray for everyone. I say, Father, protect my children. Even if they shake somebody with corona, because they are Jagaban.
Oh, yes.
Instead of being affected, let the blood of Jesus in them kill the corona. But while I help you spiritually, are you helping yourself physically? If churches that prophesy that corona is ending this month have closed their church and run, who are you? I know many people who are claiming we prophesy about corona. Corona will come from the sea. I think that was also what Donald Trump was thinking in the beginning. Until they told him, this sickness is not from the sea. It's not even from Satan. This sickness is coming from China. How come China now have managed? China population of 1.4 billion people. They managed to hold the corona quickly. And now they are saying, we don't have it. It is finished. We have used our medicine to heal it. Is there any country that wants us? All countries are running to them. Everyone wants to buy that vaccine from China today. How much is China making in a day? Immediately after this thing now, China will climb number 1. While we are praying, Father, in the name of Jesus, our friends have gone ahead of us. Watch and pray. Don't just pray. Watch. Tell your neighbor, watch and pray.
Watch and pray.
Tell your neighbor, are you prepared for this corona?
Are you prepared for this corona?
And other people are saying, I've heard people. The problem with us in this world, we have offended God too much. The problem with us, I heard people on Facebook saying, this problem is coming from God. People are saying, this problem is coming from God. It's a punishment against the world. What did we do to be punished like this? Ask your neighbor, what did you do? I don't know about you, but personally to me, I don't think I did anything to deserve this type of thing. I see people, men of God, that say, repent, repent. God has run away from the altar. Let us bring God back to the altar. Is God the microphone that you take away and bring back when you want to bring him? People preach rubbish all over. That is why sons and daughters of Seer1, don't open your ears in so many things, in so many useless things. Please. Even Jesus said it. He said at the end of the time, there will be so many doctrines. People wake up and start preaching rubbish. We must bring Jesus back to the altar. Where was Jesus? We must turn back to God. Who are we worshiping? Let me tell you something you don't know. Before you listen to a man of God, check his background. Can I talk?
Talk, Papa.
Check. To me, I don't listen to me. I'm a person. There are only 3 men of God that I listen to. Godfather, number 1. Pastor Lukoya, number 2. And the TB Joshua, number 3. The rest, I don't. And these people that I have spoken about now, listening to their sermon, they don't have time to attack anybody. They don't have time to condemn anybody. But you see this one, me and this one will fight now. Because he was already standing all over me, and people are saying that this one is with Seer1, he will open a church. And whatever he will preach, he will not preach what God tells him to do. He will preach with experience of what he did with me. Fight.
Oh, yes. We are talking, Daddy.
And many of you will listen. Somebody will come and say, those of you, even when you are preaching, they give you a white handkerchief. That white handkerchief is evil. You will believe. Because you like believing anything. Go and check. I was warning the children that are close to me. I said, should I see you comment? This idiot, Jay Israel there, that one was asking me for power. I charged him $3,000. He didn't pay me. And today, I am seeing him saying, all these people that are selling, I am the only prophet. They must bring souls to God. Where are the souls? If you want to bring souls to God, go to the street. You cannot get souls that are already in the church and start talking rubbish. You cannot say, because I'm using anointing water, I'm a Satanist. You are not there when Jesus called me. You are not there when he told me what he told me about what. What am I trying to say? Go to your Facebook, go to your YouTube, and watch what is happening today. People are saying, I prophesy about this corona. Some are even saying it's coming from Jesus. God will never send this type of thing to the world. Can I tell you why?
Talk, Papa.
Because the people that are more affected are the children of God. As I'm talking to you now, hotels are not closed. Hotels are operating. We were having dinner the other place. I even posted it. What is the name of that hotel? What is the name of Da Vinci restaurant? This is a very expensive restaurant. It was full to capacity. We were more than 1,000 people. There is no one that harassed anyone. They're operating. Go to the mines today and see that people are still working there in thousands. No one is disturbed. The people that are disturbed are people that are supposed to go to church and worship God. If this thing is coming from God, he will never attack his children. Many of you don't even know what being a child of God is. Jesus said, is there anyone among you whose child will ask for fish and he will give his child a snake? No. Jesus asked again, is there anyone among you whose child will ask for bread and you give your child a stone? And they said no. Jesus said, if people like you, unbelievers, evildoers like you, if you can know how to take care of your children, how much more me, your Father in heaven? Meaning, look at the love you have for your child. How many of you have children here today? Like, how many of you have children in your house? Lift up your hand. Lift up your hand. You have children. Lift up your hand. Okay. Is there any amount of sin they can commit that can make you give them corona?
No, Papa. No. No.
If an unbeliever like you, a sinner like you, know how to take care of your children, how much more God which is in heaven? Do you know how much God does not love us like children or like child. God loves us like partners. That's why he said, I am a jealous God. He said, don't worship this God. Don't worship this God. I am a jealous God. Do you know what jealousy is? A very powerful ingredient in relationship. Can I talk?
Talk, Daddy. Talk, Papa.
I'm about to conclude. And I'm going to anoint each and every one of you in your hand. I've brought a spiritual sanitizer.
Oh, yes.
Ask your neighbor, do you know what jealousy is?
Do you know what jealousy is?
Answer. You don't know what it is. Clap your hand for yourself. If God loves you and they add jealousy in that love, that is an original love. Any love without jealousy is a dead love. Women are quiet. Women are quiet. On Wednesday, we received a lady from Qatar, United Arab Emirates, a Muslim lady. And she's one of the international visitors. And I finished whatever I was doing. I went to her at a hotel there. In the first place, you know that a night in that hotel is 8,000. Are you aware?
No.
You are not aware? 8,000 per night. And she paid for 3 nights. She paid $2,000 for one-on-one. And she flew business class all the way from United Arab Emirates. We are talking, as we are talking now, we are talking about like $10,000 already. Now, by the time I was meeting her, I was having in mind that I'm going to solve a very big problem. Ask Jackson, it took me 1 hour to prepare. I carry Angel Michael oil, Angel Ure oil. I carry ordinary do as I say. I carry advanced do as I say. Because I want to perform a miracle that when she go there, because she's a Muslim, when she go there, she will tell people, hey, I have seen something in Christian. I carried all the materials. I carried it in the bag for the first time in my life. Arriving at the hotel, there is a lady that came to see me. Tell her that Seer1 is here. She came out. Mama, what can I do for you? She put her hand in her pocket, in her bag, a very expensive bag, and removed the picture. And she said, I came so that you can pray for my husband because our marriage is not stable. My husband is too jealous.
Jesus.
I said, okay, I've heard you. What else? He said, that's why I came. That is why people come from all over the world to meet Seer1. Men of God come to collect power. People suffer. There are even millions of people that are watching all over the world. They want to come to Seer1. They don't have money. You have the money to come to Seer1. The problem you want Seer1 to solve for you is your husband is jealous. She said yes. I said, what do you mean? What are the signs that to show that your husband is jealous? He said, he doesn't allow me to go out. When I go out, he will call me more than 20 times in a day to come back. I said, he doesn't even allow me to see my mother. He always wants my mother to come here to see me. Every minute he's calling me. He wants to know what I'm wearing, the person I'm with. I say, my sister, and you don't thank Jesus for this opportunity. Is this a problem? Eh? No. Eh? No. Most of you are in a relationship. Your husband will not call you even 3 days. I said, Mama, is this what you want me to suffer? He said, that's what I want. Do you even understand that jealousy is very, very important? Can I talk? Women are quiet. But how do you know that a person loves you if he doesn't put jealousy there? That's why God said, I am a jealous God. God doesn't want you to serve any other God because he loves you too much. And if there is a true love, there must be jealousy there. Let me tell you this. If you are in a relationship and there is no jealousy, you dress and you are going out, your husband doesn't tell you what you are wearing is too short, come and change it. You are not in a that relationship is dead. I'm telling you. Jealousy is very important. It's an ingredient that we have neglected. If you are married or you are in a relationship and your husband calls you, you don't pick it, and he calls you again, he doesn't get upset because you didn't pick the first call. He didn't ask you to explain who you were talking to. You are not in a relationship. You are dating yourself. I swear upon God, Father. Jealousy is a very important ingredient. There is nothing bad. There are different types of jealousy. I'm going to explain it. Jealousy in a relationship, my son, is a good, you need it. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If you have dressed like this, your wife doesn't look at you and say, the way you have dressed now, women will start looking at you. If she don't speak something bad to make you not dress so smart, you are dating yourself. Jealousy is a sign that there is love. Can I talk?
Talk, Papa.
That's why God said, I am a jealous God. This is what we are missing. Many of us are, Papa, pray for me. My husband is too jealous. You don't clap your hand for that. You are finished dressing like this, and you are going out. And you are telling your husband, I'm going out. And your husband says, okay, bye. Yeah, you are not worried. You are not worried. When I was in the world, how can I put it? How can I put it? There was a time I was in a relationship. Very seriously, relationship of love.
Talk, Papa.
You see that girl, after dress, she can change 20 times. When she come out, I say, go and change it. Your hair is too long. Go and change what you paint in your eye. You must be, when she's leaving, I must make sure that no man will look at her and say hi. What you value, you become jealous of it. Many years ago in Zambia, there is this person that used to bring diamond for me from Munilunga. Diamond that come from Angola to Munilunga. And one day he came to bring me a diamond and I was not around. And they called me, I did not pick. I was in Showground, Zambia, eating Nigerian food. He called me, say, Papa, I have brought you a diamond. The first question I asked him is that, is there anyone around you? He said, no. I said, where you are, stay there. Don't make move. Why? Because I don't want anybody close to that diamond. Because I appreciate it so much.
Oh, yes.
If you are in a relationship where there is no jealousy, forget it. I'm telling you, forget it. If there is no jealousy, where your boyfriend or your husband or your fiancé have to call you and say, who are you with? Even when you know that you are not with anybody, you are alone in that relationship. The relationship is dead.
Talk, Daddy.
You must pray about it. You must pray for jealousy. It's very, very important. I'm still coming as we conclude. It's what many people neglect. People don't understand jealousy. Women don't appreciate jealousy. If you try to be jealous, they say, this one is too jealous. It's a good thing. In a relationship where somebody is always talking to you, somebody, the way, baby, I don't like the way you dress today, go and change it. Baby, remove your picture from profile picture, put flower or a bed. I don't want people to see you. Once a man stop doing that, once a man stop caring, forget. That relationship is dead completely. If you have a person that is always doing that, who are you with? Even when a person that when you are walking on the road, he don't want you to greet people. Why? Because he appreciates you. He treasures you. He wants you for himself alone. Once that thing finish, he doesn't care anymore. My sister, you must come for one-on-one. For serious prayer. That relationship is dead. I am praying for every dead relationship here. Amen. May Jehovah help dead relationship. In the name of Jesus. Amen. It's important. It's important. Jealous. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If he's not checking you, if he's not saying, remove that profile picture. I don't like what you are wearing. Your man is telling you, I don't like what you are wearing. If he's not saying it, my sister, that is a singular relationship. You are alone there. It's no longer dating you. It's gone long time ago. Appreciate it. God said, I am a jealous God. If God can love us like this and become jealous, who told you that he can be so heartless to give us corona? Let me show you an example. If Jesus wants to touch your heart and make you a believer today, he don't even need to kill you to make you a believer. Only one encounter, one. No, one like this. Boom, changed. People who are speaking rubbish, corona is coming from God to punish the world. What did we do? in this world to be punished. That is why we are now, our children are not taking education serious. Because when they fail, they become politicians. African politicians are very stupid people. You don't need to be educated to become a politician. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I was watching one video in Uganda. The president of Uganda was addressing the nation about corona. And one of the rules of corona is that you don't need to touch your face. I was seeing him. He was addressing the nation. He was doing... He will carry his hand, a very disgusting thing. He will carry his hand, he will put on his nose. He's a president, he's addressing the world. The kind of politicians we have in Africa. That's why our children don't want to go to school. They want to become illiterate so that they can become either a prophet or a politician. I'm telling you. They don't take school serious. Even in our university there, if you are doubting me, ask yourself, why is it that we are running out of Caroline? Because we have 1 million doctor graduates. They don't even know how to produce a liter of Caroline. We still have to, after spending all those money in the university, we go and import Caroline. Go to my house today. Go to your house. The chair you are seated, all these things are made in China. But we have engineers. We spend millions and send them to university. They don't take it serious. When they fail, they become politicians. If you go to Nigeria, you see stupid politicians. They don't know how to write their name. I'm not saying that education is more important, but they don't know how to write their name. How are they going to rule? Here in South Africa, listen to people that are speaking in your parliament. Many of them don't even know what they are talking about. Zambia, that is west. That is number one. That is where you see politicians who they don't even know what politics is. Ask them, what is politics? They don't know. How are you going to defend yourself for what is about to come? Go to school, they will not go. Go and learn how to produce chemical that will defend Africa in what is coming. They don't want. Because when they fail, they become politicians. Look, please take your time. Look for Nigeria website and look at the type of politicians we are producing. They don't even know what chemical is. Many of them don't even know what corona is. But they are the leaders. They are making decisions to protect us, but they don't know what it is. When are we going to wake up as Africans? Many countries like Zimbabwe, I've not heard, unless you have heard, I've not heard a case of corona. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Some other people will say, no, because we are praying too much, God is protecting us. No. There is no equipment to dictate it. Not even one to dictate it. I'm telling you the gospel. It's not because there is no corona. Corona is laying egg there in Zimbabwe, in Zambia, but there is no equipment. Go to Zambia. Many people were celebrating last week before they managed to dictate two. No, Seer1 said our national prayer is not working. It's not working. How come we don't have corona? You have it in abundance, but you don't have equipment to dictate it. There is no equipment. Which hospital is dictating it? They are even laughing at South Africa. You see, even the Seer1 is there in South Africa. And this prophet is there in South Africa. They are praying and they are praying too much. They say they have power. But corona is increasing in South Africa. It's increasing because the government have enough equipment to dictate it. And you cannot solve a problem that you cannot dictate. The first step of solving a problem is dictating it. That's why South Africa is doing better. The corona is increasing every day because they are able to dictate it. In those countries there, like Zambia, like that, they don't have those equipment. If they have it, it just arrived. And a few people now are being dictated. Why do we replace everything with spirituality? Our children don't want to go to school. Believe me. They don't want to. They want to be illiterate and become a prophet like Seer1. By the way, did the papa go to school? My own is different. I didn't go to school. And I was not a prophet by accident. I started serving Godfather when I was 6 years old. I know what I do. I am a spiritual prophet, Old Testament prophet, traditional prophet. I know, even this corona we are talking about, it's not today. By the time I spoke about okra, everywhere now in the world, okra is finishing. Doctors have abandoned their medicine. They want to start eating okra. For you to know that I'm not educated, but I'm too wise. Our children are playing with education because they want to be politicians. In Africa, you don't need a qualification to be a politician. Number one qualification is that you must know how to open your eyes. That's number one. I'm telling you, you must know how to speak rubbish. You must know how to fight. You must know how to be a thug. You must know how to lie, and you must know how to think with your tummy. You are qualified. You can even be a president. That's why they are elected and they become president and they start making stupid decisions. Today, Africa is in slavery because we don't know anything. Look at the contract that we are signing. Those of you that are watching me, government people that are watching me, you will know that I'm telling you the truth because I've dealt with government. I've sat with government. I know everything about it. Some of the contract we sign, my son, Chinese know that we don't know how to read, black people. If they want to construct a toilet that they can easily say, we are going to construct this toilet at the cost of 200,000. Chinese will bring a paper, a document that is bigger than this. Because they know once an African politician sees the paper, he will be afraid. I've dealt with them before. I know them. Our African politicians. And they don't care. They don't read what is there. In the first place, personally to me as Seer1, I'm not saying that I know how to read. I don't like reading also. But I'm talking about our politicians. A book like this, contract. They will give it to our ministers, our leaders, political leaders. They will open it. They will not allow us to read it. Even if they give you time, you will not read it. Chinese will open it and tell you where to sign. You are signing something you don't even know the content. That's why a country like Zambia, very soon you will see, it might be taken over by Chinese. Because they will give you loan. They will say, I will give you 1 billion. And they will give you a document like this. How are you going to read it? And because you need money quick, they just open, you sign. You don't know what you have signed. Countries like Zimbabwe being bought by China today. And with this coronavirus that China has brought in the world today, come and see Africa signing. Because we are desperate. South Africa will go and sign. They will write, China will produce a document like this. For us to give you 1 billion to heal your people, you will sign this. You are signing, you are selling the right of your children. Most of those documents that our leaders are signing, our illiterate leaders in Africa are signing today will not affect us. It's waiting for our children. You see colonization. The way we are colonized by British, France, America is coming back through China. Mark my words somewhere. I may not be alive when it will happen, but my children will say, our father told us about this. Because our illiterate politicians have sold everything to Chinese. I'm telling you, while we are praying, while we don't want to take things serious, while we don't want to take education serious, our illiterate people are selling everything to China. You see this coronavirus, watch your news. Very soon, South Africa will go to China. Very soon, Nigeria will go to China. Very soon, they know the people they are targeting. For us to give you vaccine to heal yourself, you must sign here. Maybe what they are signing is, we are going to give you the mind. Our illiterate political leaders don't know how to read. They don't have time to read. They will sign and they will sell us. We may not suffer it. I'm telling you today, I, Seer1, may not suffer it, but our children. The money we are borrowing from China, the money that we are borrowing from China without reading the documents, because our politicians refuse to go to school to read. Have you realized that it's very easy to borrow money from China? IMF will tell you, you must do this. China, you go, they give you straight. You sign your birthright. That's why I was telling us, Africa, that we must wake up and start thinking. We must send our children back to school and make sure that they are studying. Make sure that they are studying not just to work, but to invent things. They must produce Corolin from Africa. We must actually produce our own virus. So that when they attack us, virus, we give them virus back. If they come with Holy Ghost fire, we give them Holy Ghost fire. If they come physical, we follow the physical. Am I talking?
You're talking, Daddy.
You will not agree with me. But one day, you will realize the reason why the Bible says the kingdom of God suffers violence, and only the violence will take it by force. By the time we wake up, it will be too late. If there is a prayer that you are going to pray today, you are not praying for yourself to be protected. I am going to anoint you now. So long as I put this thing in your hand, if you get affected, know that I'm not a prophet of God. I know what I'm doing. You are not praying for yourself in this prayer. No, don't pray for you. You must pray for Africa. You must say, Africa, wake up.
Oh, yes.
It is time to wake up. How come churches are closed after all the Holy Ghost fire was shouted? All the millions of Holy Ghost fire we have shouted. One corona came. Everybody disappeared. All the churches that send the Holy Ghost fire. All the churches where demon manifests. The churches that have defeated the greatest demon. Coronavirus came. A small thing. It's not a demon, it's a virus. It just came. And it defeated everything. As I'm talking today, Europe is closed. Because of a small thing released from China. Imagine if China released 1%. And tomorrow they decide to release 20%. There is no church because of 1%. What will happen when there is 20%? That's when you know that religion is a scam. What is important is your relationship with Jesus. It's your relationship with God. Our men and women of God, greedy people who spend millions in building cathedrals. Millions in building cathedrals. They spend millions in building cathedrals. Today, everyone have abandoned those cathedrals. Everyone is running to the hospital. If I speak, they will say, I am a carnal person. I am not a spiritual person. Today, all the spiritual church is closed. Only hospital is open. What happens if we can take the little of what people are giving to us and build hospitals? So that when devil comes physically, we challenge him physically. When he comes spiritually, we attack him with prayer. But we can't do it. We are building 100,000 seaters cathedral. And if you look around those cathedrals, there is not even a single hospital. Stupid African politicians and rich people, when they are sick, they go to India to heal themselves. I can come here in Seychelles, Father, in the name of Jesus, bless your children in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, everybody come and give me 20,000. You give me 20,000. I go home. I will use it and build a church bigger than Jerusalem. Now, coronavirus has come. Everybody abandoned those churches. Everybody is running to hospital. What happened if we built a hospital for the people? Stupid, greedy men of God are building universities out of the tithe that you give, out of the seed that you sow, out of the offering that you give. After building those universities, you still have to pay to go to those universities. Go to Nigeria. The most expensive university is a church university. Most expensive. You build it, but your children will not go there because you don't have money for it. And there are still thousands upon thousands of people that are praying in those cathedrals. What is wrong with us, Africa? When are we going to wake up? China doesn't know how to pray. China does not pray. But they are the only country now that have crippled the whole world, together with your prayer, together with your altar, together with your cathedral. If we were prepared, it was not going to get to this point. It's because we are not prepared. Because we believe so much in Holy Ghost fire. We believe so much in praying. Apostle Paul said, faith without work is dead. If your faith is not backed up with work, it's dead. As dead as ABCD. Wake up, Africans. Even as I anoint you today, as I pray for you and pray for your children today, and protect you from this virus, don't stop eating food that will protect your body.
Oh, yes.
Don't stop eating vegetables, fish. Those of you even eat, when you go to a restaurant, the restaurant people are asking you, do you want the food, the meat well done? You say no. Yeah. My son, I have gone to a restaurant. Am I only one that's seen it? They ask, do you want the chicken well done? Somebody say no. Because you want to be eating it and you want to see blood in it. Are you a witch? What do you want blood for? Many of our mothers here cannot even sit down and prepare food for the family. It's, honey, as you are coming back, buy McDonald's. Mac what? How is that going to get you full? How is that going to get you? Jackson is here. He's here. I don't like. He's the one that cooks. We can use 100 rand to cook food that will stay for 1 month for us. I swear. We go there and buy Nigerian food. Nigerian fish, dry fish. Or Malawi fish, dry fish. Or any fish. Zambian fish. 20 rand. We buy okra. We go home, we cook. We pack the food in the fridge, 100 rand. Upon all the money that is coming to me, ask David how many international visitors spoke to him last week. There is no international visitor that come here empty-handed. They bring dollars. All those money, I have them. They are packed. All those money are there. I invest them in the work of God. I invest them in so many things. I help the poor people. I help so many people. And I still eat food that give me nutrition.
Oh, yes.
I can eat once a day. 100 rand, I will eat food. My stomach will be like this. I will even fail to walk. Take that 100 rand to Rocco Mamas. See how many Coca-Cola it will buy for. Don't talk about food first. See how many Coca-Cola you buy from. Take it to McDonald's. Take it to KFC. You don't have, but you want to eat like a white person. And actually what you are eating is a useless thing. That 100 rand will buy you something. You go and cook it from home and eat something. Coronavirus come. You want to enter. There is no open. It will go back to sender. Am I talking?
You're talking, bro.
Can I talk?
Why the world is grappling with anxiety, fear, strange sicknesses and diseases. Everyone is running helter-skelter from here to there looking for solution. I have been ordered by my Godfather to open my door for visitors. What does it mean? It means you now have an opportunity to travel from anywhere you are in the world to come and meet me one-on-one. To come and sit down with me for me to tell you what to do and have your problem solved. It's a problem that I've defeated prayer, fasting. You have gone from here to here. You haven't gotten your solution. I am inviting you personally to come and meet me, Seer1, here in Limpopo, South Africa. Now, what is the procedure? What do I have to do if I want to visit Seer1? If I want to meet Seer1? Very simple. Pick up your phone and call that number that is showing on the screen. Oh yes, that specific number. That number is only for visit to Seer1. It's not for prayer. It's not for prophecy. It's only for people that want to visit Seer1 from any country where you are. When you call that number, you are going to be told the procedure on how to visit Seer1. You are a man of God, you need power. You are a businessman, you need wealth. You are a politician, you need to succeed. Or you are just an individual that is sick, you need your sickness to be solved. Call that number. Only that number. Call that number and say, I want to give Seer1 a visit. Or send us a message on that number and say, Seer1, I want to visit you. And you'll be given exactly the procedure on how to come and meet Seer1 from anywhere where you are, all over the world. Remember, that line alone is for visitors. Don't call it for prayer or for inquiry or any other thing. Only people that want to come and meet Seer1. Why are we doing this? People have traveled from all over the world and come to Limpopo and they are not able to meet Seer1. They go home disappointed. People are writing thousands of messages, millions of messages. I want to meet Seer1, but you don't have that opportunity. You have not been responded to. That's why we created this number specifically for visitors. You want to come and meet Seer1, call that number and they are going to be given the procedure on how to meet Seer1. I am waiting to sit with you. I am waiting to talk to you. I am waiting to give you the power that I carry. I love you.